Hey everyone, welcome to Baka-Talk. In today's episode, we got, anime talk.
Anime.
With me is Ramen Cat.
Woo.
And with me is Wheeze.
Anime.
I mean, Anime Man. No, wait, no, that's the wrong person.
No, I'm not Anime Man.
What? Did I miss something?
Anime Man is a person.
He's part of the big
Is
three.
one of the biggest YouTubers.
Take him down.
I think the second biggest.
Anime YouTubers, not
Yeah,
YouTubers.
Not YouTubers, but anime YouTubers.
He's part of what we call the big three.
Why is there a big three and everything? Religion,
Well,
there's always a
they're-
big
they're
three.
the big three.
And war, there's a big three. In business, there's the big three. Now in anime, we have to have
No,
the big
in anime,
three.
there's
To me,
all-
the big three are Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and God.
Oh, you're just the kid that's like, I have God and anime on my side.
While he's standing on
That
a
makes
fence
sense.
post shirtless. No, the big three, like we make that reference because there's the big three in anime. Naruto, Bleach, and Dragon Ball. I think originally it was.
Yeah, or like One Piece. It
One
kind of goes
Piece.
off.
Yeah,
Some consider
opinion-wise.
Dragon Ball. I think it's because they all aired at the same time. Dragon Ball is kind of like
Yeah,
the big one.
yeah, basically because it's still going.
Yeah.
Technically, One Piece is too. But so the reference is since there's the Anime Man, there's Giguk, and then there's Sea Dog. They're the big three since they're the biggest anime YouTubers.
You
Mostly
all need
'cause
to
they
pick
s-
some better tags.
They started that podcast,
Yeah,
and that
trash
podcast got huge.
Yeah, I didn't know how big it was.
It's
like
really big,
over 2 million subscribers. Just the podcast, which is kind of unheard of for just a podcast.
and that's on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
most people don't watch podcasts on YouTube.
So
They're really big. Anyways,
they don't. Look at our YouTube channel.
That's because they stuffed us at the back and past the swamp and the outhouse.
Why are you calling us swamp butt?
No, I'm saying I couldn't find our channel for like a month.
Oh. Yeah.
just gotta search for Baka-Talk.
I did. And YouTube's like, there's no such channel here. What are you talking about? Hey, go watch this. It's completely irrelevant to your search.
Anyways, let's get into some anime talk.
So, to start out, I've watched a whole bunch of anime because I'm working on this video. So I'm watching the first episode of every new seasonal show, and boy, are there some episodes.
I bet. I mean, look at the lineup this year. It's kind
the
of
lineup.
all
Am
over
I
the place.
actually the strongest? Ayaka. There's vending machine isekai. There's some Harry Potter knockoff.
Which one is the Harry Potter knockoff?
It's Reign of the Seven Spellblades.
Oh, I was wondering. About
Instead of
this.
wands, they have swords,
right?
which is a little bit more cool.
yeah.
Besides for that, it's
Not
a
much
Harry
different.
Potter ripoff.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Also, the school is like only like 20% of the people here don't make it out in one piece. They either get injured or die.
Can it compete though with the ultimate anime, Harry Squatter?
It
If
It-
you've seen that YouTube video, do you lift Harry?
no, I
I
haven't.
have seen those. Harry Squatter, and then
Those who cannot bench press are not worthy, Harry.
our dumbbell, is it dumbbell dwarf?
Yeah.
Like for like Dumbledore.
Harry, I need you to make sure that I eat all of this protein shake.
Oh, here's a really good Crunchyroll review for the show. The art style is nice, but the characters suck. That is very accurate. The characters of this show, this is like a Harry Potter style show. There
Yeah.
are like a bunch of kids go into a magic school to learn magic, and all of the characters suck. They are just super bland. They go over their introductions, and they're just like, I'm from this one magic family, and I live here. And it just,
So hear me out. This
Does
is going
that.
to trigger like half of the United States population. It's like Ruby.
Why does the main character? Why does the guy in the front look
Kinda.
like he has such a short sword?
Yeah, they're like mini swords because they're basically wands.
Wait, oh, they are all small.
Yeah.
Look how
There's-
small that katana
There's one
is.
girl that is actually like a
samurai.
samurai, and she has a full katana.
Oh, okay, that is full katana. Oh yeah, the girl in the background, she's got like a long sword, but it's like no bigger than a letter opener.
Yeah. Because they're like wands. They're
Yeah.
like wizard magic,
at
but
this.
they use swords instead. So
Oh,
they're
that's
just like,
stupid.
they're like ka-ching, wizard.
That is stupid.
I mean, it's cooler
I
than
li-
a wand.
I like the
Wands
idea
are
of,
so
like,
lame.
At least you can cut somebody with
You know,
it.
I like the idea of like old school high fantasy. Like I'm a wizard, but I shoot magic from my sword. Like like Gandalf crap. But then it's like I shoot you with my teeny sticker.
Like,
it's not.
Like let's just make it a wand or give him a staff or nothing at all.
I
not
prefer-
tiny little letter opener.
I prefer letter opener to wands because wands are super freaking lame.
I hate wands. I hated using wands in like fantasy games. I always want a staff.
yeah,
Like in Mushoku Tensei, they use staffs,
mhm.
and it's so much better.
I like the idea of
Wands are
staffs, or like you just don't use like maybe you have an item or something like this coffee cup is my fulcrum.
The coolest thing is like when they have like a tome. I
Yeah,
like tomes.
yeah, you just pull the spell right out and
Yeah.
kapow.
What you do is you make a cutout in the tome, and it's just a Glock. So it's just like alakababra, bam.
Just pull out a submachine gun.
Oh man, they
It's
could,
like that Toji reference from episode 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, too soon.
they could actually do cool things with this setting, and instead it is really, really bad.
I don't mean to
Yeah.
rant, just that like that's one of those kind of things that just really aggravates
So-
me.
The first
Okay.
episode, there's like this troll walking through the city, and then it like something happens in it, and it was like captured, and it goes wild, and it like, and so this one girl runs up and tries, and the samurai girl runs up to fight it, and then everyone else who just happens to be there are like, let's all team up and do this thing so we can defeat the troll, and then they all use their magic together, and it knocks out the troll with the help of the.
So see,
So they just use
Obviously.
magic,
They use magic, and then it like makes this.
not like a
storm
specific
cloud.
type of magic.
Yeah, they use some kind of specific magic, but he's like, you guys do this and I'll do this and it'll work. And they're like, okay, with team up friendship.
hear me out.
And they all just met each other.
A lot cooler premise instead of swords as the wands. It could be like maybe it's a magic school for like magic swordsmen, and they just like magically make these cool,
That would
ridiculous
be
swords
cool.
appear
Like lightsabers.
like lightsabers.
That would be cool, but that's unfortunately too far away from Harry Potter, which is the source material
it's
for this
not.
fanfic.
Harry Potter's literally just magic Star Wars.
No, Star Wars is just magic Star Wars.
Yeah.
But anyways, that show isn't really worth talking about. It kind of sucks.
I was gonna say the one that we need to talk about is vending machine isekai.
Vending machine isekai. So I've watched like 10 or 11 like episodes from the season. Vending machine is probably my favorite. Besides for Fate Strange Fake. That one doesn't totally count cuz like 55 minutes. It's like
It's a movie.
it's like a movie.
yeah.
But vending machine isekai, I don't know. It's just really charming. It's called Reborn as a Vending Machine. Now I Wander the Dungeon. Everyone's just gonna call it Vending Machine Isekai because it's a stupid title. But
I think we're the only ones that do that, because any of the weeb culture I've ever encountered, they're like, I know this show and this show and this show. I'm like, slow down, buddy.
so I feel like Ramen Cat might actually enjoy this because it's really chill. At least the first episode was. Like, it also makes use of its premise where the dude is just a vending machine. He's just trapped in it. He can't move. He can't do anything. He just sells products from being a vending machine. The world building's kind of interesting. Like, okay, the eyes aren't in the show. The eyes are like a idea of the vending machine of himself. Like the vending machine doesn't have eyes. So the eyes aren't like that on the vending machine. It's a normal vending machine. When he thinks about himself, you do see the eyes, like, because
Like,
he
So wait a
he
second.
sees himself as like a vending machine with eyes, but he's actually just a vending machine.
Can he communicate with people?
He has a few set phrases that's like, thank you very much, or like, you won a prize. And that's like all he can say is these like few set phrases.
So why is this lolly girl carrying around the vending machine then?
So she doesn't know what he is at first, and she's like starving and just comes upon him, and it's like, maybe I put money in and then I get this stuff, and then it's like, oh, this looks good. And then she like figures it out and eats the food. Is like, this is really good. And then she thinks he's a magical item. So she's like, can you understand me? And then he like says something back. So she kind of like figures out that he can think but he can't say like
it's
a bunch
gonna
of stuff.
quickly turn into a horror anime when they crack him open to get the coins out.
So there's a system within the vending machine where he constantly uses points to stay running. It's like magical points or something. I don't know.
Weird.
But he gets points from people putting money in. So if he doesn't sell enough stuff, he will eventually just shut off. So there is like a time limit unless he continues to sell stuff.
Jerk of a god reincarnated him as a vending machine to make more money.
So what happened is this guy loves vending machines. Like is obsessed with vending machines apparently.
All right.
He sees I don't totally get what happens in the first episode, but I think what happens is a vending machine gets thrown off a truck and he jumps to try to save the vending machine and falls off the cliff with the vending machine and dies.
Off a cliff?
Then
I was picturing he was just in the city.
No, they're like in the mountains and it's like the vending machine. He's like, oh no, the vending machine's falling off. And then next scene you see him like clinging to the vending machine as he goes flying off the cliff. So
I thought the vending machine would just squish it, but I thought that'd be more funny.
It probably did, but he dies, gets reincarnated. He's a vending machine now.
Okay.
He also has like new abilities and stuff that he can use points for, and he can also use points to like change his stock and stuff. And so he's got all these like magic abilities, but they're only used as a vending machine.
That is so
weird. Then the girl like, hey, do you want me to bring you to the town so more people can buy stuff from you? And they figure out a way to say yes and no. So he says one of his phrases that means yes. So she carries him there because she's like a warrior class, whatever. And so she sets him up and he sells stuff and it's just a chill, fun show. This vending machine. There's also, she knows someone that knows a lot about magical artifacts, but they're in the surface. It looks like normal outside when they're around, but they're actually in a dungeon.
Oh.
So there's like some weird like stuff going on with the world too. The world setting's kind of interesting. So there's some mysteries about that and like her party and just all the stuff going on. And then him trying to get to the surface to figure out maybe they can upgrade him to speak or whatever. But yeah.
So he doesn't necessarily want to not be a vending machine?
He does like being a vending machine quite a bit.
Okay.
He's like, I'm in a vending machine. This is awesome. I love vending machines.
He's going to open up
That is a man that has accepted his fate way too easily.
I also think one of my theories is that he also doesn't have a human brain anymore. So he's just a vending machine with a soul in it. So he's just I am vending machine. I get pleasure from selling products.
They're going to open up the vending machine. It's just going to be a mummified corpse inside it.
It turns out he actually did get reincarnated as a regular person.
He's in the vending
machine. Because the vending machine also got reincarnated.
The title changes in the last, like, the ending of the show where you find out it's a person. It's like not reborn. It's like trapped in a vending machine.
That would be horrifying.
I know. It's like a horrifying concept to imagine like dying and then you awaken and you're just an inanimate object.
That's like that one Junji Ito short story, like The Man in the Chair.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
if they're going to do all these reincarnate, how come no one's been reincarnated as like a mimic or something?
I feel like that's like too easy.
You'd be a mimic doing your thing and all of a sudden people come along, try to crack you open.
Because we've got reincarnated as a sword.
Yep.
Reincarnated as a girl.
As a slime. As a vending machine.
Slime, a spider.
A spider. Yep. What else was there?
I know there's a webtoon about a mimic not being reincarnated. It's literally just a mimic falls in love with a mage and then she's like, make me a real girl. So they're going on a quest. Meanwhile, the mage is like cursed with like, because there's like some witch that goes around like stealing magic from mages.
Oh, that's weird.
That's funny.
That's kind of cool. I guess the last one, because you haven't seen Zom 100 yet.
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay. So maybe we don't talk about that.
So,
is there any other ones that stand out to you this year?
There is a few. Liar Liar was surprisingly decent. It was like, It's like the mind game shows. Like it's a school where they play games to like rank up and whatever.
Okay.
It's that kind of premise, but the main character is actually just kind of dumb. Like all the shows, the main character is just brilliant.
Yeah.
This one, he just kind of stumbles into it and then is like, frick, I'm stuck in this situation now. So that one's kind of interesting because of that. The first episode was good, but I don't know.
I
If it'll
see you hovering over by
continue.
far the superior of this season's run.
Bang Dream.
No.
Oh.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to go.
So
over these
the
stuff.
other, I want to talk about Tiny Senpai.
Are you just gonna kick Wheeze out when we get to that
Yeah,
part?
he can't stay.
My
in there
Tiny
anymore.
Senpai is probably the worst thing I've seen so far.
I was guessing that. I wanted to
It's-
watch it just to confirm it.
So bad. There's no story to it. It's like it's
Is-
Japanese office work propaganda.
Hold,
Yeah.
hold on. Question. When you say there's no story, is it like you ever seen Seinfeld? Is it that level of no story or bad no story?
There's nothing. Literally nothing happens.
Okay, because at least with Seinfeld, it's the oh crap, this is people just going about their life.
Yeah.
There's a point in which a story no longer becomes a story. It becomes like a fantasy, or like propaganda, and that's what this is. Like
So basically,
Every-
it's just like, hey, come work at an office because there might be cute. Lolly
pretty
girls.
much every episode is the main character like, oh, I got to get all this paperwork done, and she's like, you can do it, you're great, and then like gives him a massage or something.
I'm gonna fire you.
Get this report done by noon.
It's really funny because I watched this show, which is just that. It's just constantly like, it's kind of like a couple when they first get together and they're just really kind, like
Yeah.
super overly kind. It's like that constantly. Where it's just the two of them are like, here, I got you a soda since you're working.
so
Oh, thank
almost
you so
like
much.
the makes
Wait,
you want to
I'm not
throw up.
supposed
part.
to be nice to my girlfriend?
No, I'm
No.
saying like in
You're
a
not.
in an
Oh.
overly like fake way where you like make sure that they know you appreciate them, so you like really emphasize
Oh,
it.
You know
So-
that part of a relationship where they like step on your foot and it annoys you, but you like act it off like it's nothing.
Or like someone
No.
like it gives you a
No.
drink or whatever.
I'm usually the one that accidentally steps on her.
Well, you're clumsy
that's-
enough where you almost kill her daily.
So it's usually it's like, are you still alive? Check your vitals.
It's like she gives you a drink, it's like, oh, thanks. And this, it's like, thank you so much.
the
you-
disgusting type of love.
Blah
Oh,
blah blah.
okay.
Like the fake.
It's not like a chill Japanese just
No,
office
it
show.
is like-
it could be about nothing, but it's like, this is relaxing.
Also, it's the constant like forced cuteness, fake garbage of like every day he goes to work and she's just sitting by a bush going meow meow because she thinks there's a cat in there and she wants it to come out, and that's how each day starts.
Sounds like Wheeze needs an office job.
It's pretty bad.
My
Well, what's-
office job is nothing like that.
What's funny is right after this show, I watched My Unique Skills Make Me OP Even at Level 1, which is going to be a trash show, but the first episode was fine. It starts out with this guy who works himself to death at a company. Like, he literally dies from overwork at a company that doesn't appreciate him.
That's great. But
So-
real quick, we have breaking news.
What's
Yeah,
the
we
breaking
just-
news?
got-
Pyrolus is now confirmed that he is now airborne, and he might land through anybody's house at any time now.
Oh boy.
I guess he just graduated airborne school.
Cool.
That's cool.
That is
That
breaking
is cool.
news.
Anyways, back to the show.
Anyways, yeah, so
So wait, this guy dies because of
Tiny Senpai was Japanese office work propaganda. The very next episode is the very
Anti-work.
next show I watch is a guy who overworks himself to death at a company that doesn't appreciate him, and he just dies from overwork. He like would literally wake up, like go to work, he would like eat on his break, he would go home and sleep because he worked like 12-hour days or
I'm
something.
looking at
don't
you, boom.
say it.
Like that's all he did until he died. He just worked himself to death. And then
Hey,
gets
I
reincarnated.
podcast once in a while.
And honestly,
That's how I stay alive.
like this isekai didn't look that bad until like the very end. It goes downhill really quickly, but the premise was kind of cool. At the end, it's just like, oh, he's getting a harem already. Okay, this show's gonna suck. But anyways,
Why is it like always a hair? I gotta ask this. Because I've always loved the idea of like, yeah, you could like in a fantasy world, you gather up essentially a family around you. Like you make friends with people and they've got your back no matter what. I guess that'd be the party, but at the same time, party makes it sound like I'm in it for the money, you're in it for the money. I don't care what happens to you. So.
Yeah.
Like what happened? I don't know.
I don't know. It's really lame. It had a cool premise because the idea was he's stuck at level 1. He can't level up at all. He's just stuck where he's at.
Oh,
but
he picked that Fallout New Vegas.
In this fantasy world, products are only created through fighting monsters in dungeons. So if you want food, you get it by killing a slime, and it'll drop food.
Wait, what?
So like products are not created like through growing them or anything.
Right.
They're created through defeating monsters in dungeons.
So like, you can't physically grow food?
No, you can't create like everything is made through fighting in dungeons. So it's like a video game world.
Yeah, but at that same time, why if you're gonna make an isekai that's like that, why not just have, hey, I was reincarnated into a video game?
That's what happened. It's a video game. He like hears voices of somebody that will be like, you leveled up or whatever. It's a video game.
It's classic isekai.
So he is reincarnated in this world. That is all, like all of his stats are like really abysmal, and he's stuck at level 1, but he can but his drop rates are the highest possible. So if he manages to kill something, it gives the most like reward, which kind of fits with his like workaholic personality. And you're like, oh, he can grind through stuff. He can fight monsters that are really difficult and struggle, but he doesn't struggle at all. He kills everything really easily. And then he finds a cave where he can level up his stats. So the story the whole premise just falls apart in the first episode. The last thing I want to talk about is Bang Dream, It's My Go. It was
sounds like a lesbian show.
Really, really boring. It's a band like story, and it's kind of has animation like Ruby. It's got like, it doesn't look that bad, but it like definitely looks off.
Ripoff or whatever it is.
Kinda. It's just a band anime. There's just a lot of them. Apparently Bang Dream is like a thing. Like there's a bunch of Bang Dream movies and stuff.
Oh, really?
But yeah. But
never heard of it.
Neither have I. And it seems like it's not that popular either. Because like even on Crunchyroll it has like 394 ratings.
Oh wow.
And like the first episode has 29 comments. But
that's pretty abysmal.
It's kind of like Ruby animation. It's like, I think it's motion captured, and it doesn't look that bad, but the story is just like overly serious about really stupid stuff, and it's kind of entertaining. There's like the main girl is trying to like start a band, and for some reason in the school literally everyone is part of a band. So,
because why not?
Because it's band show, so everyone's part of a band. So she talks to the one
These
girl.
all look like really generic anime girls.
Yeah, so she talks to the one girl who's not in a band, but her band broke up a while ago, and she has like PTSD from it. Like she freaks out. They like kind of become friends, and then she's like, "Well, why won't you join my band? You know, it'd be fun." Just trying to like get her to think about it, and she just like freaks out and runs away from her.
I mean, the only band I can think of off the top of my head, I'm sure there's a lot more that should have any kind of PTSD, is Pantera, because a guy just walked up and blasted their drummer in the face.
This is in like middle school.
With a gun?
With a gun.
Oh.
This is like middle school, like kids. So
this was just hardcore 90s.
Yeah, this is like middle school girls in a band, and it breaks up, and so she has like insane PTSD. Anyways, she like chases after her because she just ran away for no reason. And then another one, so the friend of the girl that she asked to join the band, the girl who was in the band that broke up, one of the other band members like runs over and sees her friend that's like running away from someone. So she stops the main character. And the main character is like, oh, what's her deal? I was just asking her to join my band. And the girl that stops her is like, you asked her to join a band? You scum. And that's the end of the first episode.
I just found probably the worst anime this season.
What's
Maybe?
it called?
It's called Shadowverse.
Shadowverse.
It's based off of the card game called Shadowverse.
As Boom looks at his desktop
The
computer.
game I play, and it's not very good. It's a game that came out, and it looks like a Digimon / Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons of this, and there's over 100 episodes.
Yeah, Shadowverse. The new season's coming out. But anyways, yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to ban you to the Shadowverse. See, it just doesn't have the same ring as Shadow Realm.
Shadowverse is like a ripoff, like a Japanese version of Hearthstone, if you ever played that.
No.
No? Okay.
I actually just don't really like trading card games all that much, so
That makes a lot of sense why you don't play Magic with us anymore.
kinda. I like the pretty artwork.
What if I... Yeah, never mind. There's no way I'm going to get you into
When it has
But
bad
anyways.
reviews on Crunchyroll,
I'm not
you
playing
know it's
Shadowverse, Boom.
No, I don't want you to play Shadowverse. I don't want to play Shadowverse. The only other card game I like playing is like Yu-Gi-Oh.
I do have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I've been meaning to play.
You need.
I want to watch you.
I blame you and Kai Kai.
I want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Anyways, not to interrupt you, but that last anime you talked about does sound bad and it looks bad.
It's
So we can agree on that.
I might watch more of it because it was so bad. It was kind of fun. If they keep being like,
No, boring's not fun.
like if they don't do the boring part and do the overly serious about really stupid.
they're gonna
stuff
do the
part,
boring part.
then it would be really good. But most of the episode was really boring, so I don't have high hopes for it.
Anon is determined to persuade Tamori and experience the true power of friendship and music. That's the
The opening scene is the band
premise.
is the like first band falling apart, and they're just like, I don't want to be part of this band anymore. And then the other person's like, I don't want to be part of this band anymore either. And then they're like, but what about you? Didn't you have fun? And the person's like, I've never had fun in this ever. And I was like, I don't think I care about this because I don't think they care about this either.
Sounds like our friend group when we decide to stop doing something.
Yeah,
we just
that's
ask
just-
everybody's opinions. Like, did you have fun? It's like, I only did this because you were all doing it.
That's just me 99% of the time with everything.
It's like, finally, I don't have to do this crap anymore.
Oh, but it was just played off like so serious and so important that
That's
it was
funny.
it was actually kind of entertaining. The rest of the show is probably going to be extremely boring, but
Yeah.
if it was like that all the time, it would be such a trip.
I think that's about it. I mean, there's a bunch of anime this season. A lot of them just don't look worth watching. I do kind of want to watch this Rowan Kenshi.
Roni,
So is this a continuation or a reboot?
this is
a
a
reboot.
reboot that's going to follow the manga.
Oh.
And then I do want to watch, just because it looks interesting, the Masterful Cat is depressed again today. It looks like it's a funny cat. It's a funny comedy.
Just gonna say, there's
But it's got a
nothing
giant
funny looking about that cat. It looks like it's gonna steal your face and pose
That cat
as your Facebook
does look
account.
That's the
terrifying.
funny part.
Like, what is this girl feeding this cat?
I don't know, because I saw a clip of it and the cat was normal. And then I saw another clip of it and it's vacuuming the apartment. I'm just like, what happened? That's what I want
I
to know.
wish my cat would vacuum the
That's-
apartment.
That's literally all I want to know is what happened to this cat and why is it depressed?
It's just gonna be some super edgy when I was in the labs of some government
At
organization.
least I'll know what happened and I'll be satisfied.
Next Baka-Talk episode, I will have watched all the rest of them.
I think what
So,
you should do
I'll be
for
able to talk about the second
grand Baka-Talk episode, excluding anything that remotely even looks like hentai within like the first 2 minutes. You should watch at least one episode of every anime that you can possibly scrounge up from
Well,
A to Z.
In
That would take
Crunchyroll, he's like
forever.
95% safe that he's not gonna like find hentai. There's a couple that like cross the border. Like I think they have Redo of Healer and stuff on here. Do they? Redo.
Watching every episode of one episode of every anime would still take forever.
Oh, they don't have Redo of Healer on here. It must have went to High Dive. What's the other one?
He could watch Nichijou.
I do want to watch Nichijou.
I thought you
were
hated
watching
that show.
Nichijou.
Yeah, we never finished it though.
Yeah.
I love Nichijou.
Anyways, the
Wait,
last.
is Nichijou where the teacher fights the deer?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's one of those anime that I forgot that I ever watched.
Did you watch it all the way through?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Long time ago.
We watched what, like 17 episodes?
I just remember the
Something like
teacher
that.
fighting the deer. I think because I was like falling asleep in and out, like watching it.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we ever finished Lucky Star either.
No, we made
were
it to like the
close.
last 4 episodes, and we that's when Pyrolis went into the military.
Yeah.
Anyways, last seasonal thing we want to talk about is me and Ramen Cat want to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh,
Juju.
this has been amazing.
It has been.
I-
You like this more than season 1? Or
Okay, yes and no.
or-
I love season 1 because I love the characters like Yuji and Megami and name escape Nabara.
Nabara, yeah.
Nabara not so much, but anyways, like I and Gojo. I like her better towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love the season 1 for the characters. Like I like all the characters from like the main characters to the villains and all that stuff. But this just I don't know what the heck MAPPA is feeding its artists and animators, but they're kind of getting scary in how good they're doing animation.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a minute. It's just like MAPPA it felt like after Attack on Titan got really big and they were linked to it, it's like all their anime afterwards has been insane.
And the amount of things that they've done is crazy too.
Yeah, it's like every other anime. It's like a MAPPA production. You're just like, wait a second, aren't they also like animated like these 3 other shows?
Yeah.
Like,
But story-wise, this is turning out really, really good. It took a sharp turn from what I was expecting.
yeah, I mean, we could. Okay, the next episode's coming out tomorrow of this recording, of us recording. So I mean, it's gonna be like the most recent episode when this is released.
Yeah.
I think we can spoil it a little bit. The ending of episode 3.
Yeah, that was
That-
nuts.
The best thing I found that summed it up was in the comments. It was somebody wrote every Jujutsu sorcerer domain expansion, and then Toji gun.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my
Toji is like a freaking crazy villain. Well, I can't really call him a villain. He's just a bounty hunter.
Yeah, he's just a bounty hunter, but like, I don't know, he's got a vendetta against Gojo.
Yeah. Well, no, he's got it against his family.
Yeah, but like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
he does actually have specific to Gojo though, because he's like the whole thing.
He met him as a child and held a grudge.
Yeah.
All he did was met him as a child.
Yeah,
And
it's
held
like
a
the
grudge
brat,
until he was like
the brat that
18.
inherited the 6 eyes or whatever the heck it is.
But my God, that fight scene was amazing. Like, that's like end of an anime movie quality of like.
Yeah, and that's
animation
just a
fight.
casual encounter. And the episode
Yeah.
before that was insane too.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's great. I love the story so far. I like how they.
My guess is what they're probably going to do. It's probably so high quality, and what I'm expecting is that we'll probably go back to the other animation, because if you notice, it changes animation styles twice. Like anytime there's a flashback in this, it's a little bit more comic booky style of like the way the shading and stuff is.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm wondering if they're using different animations to show different points in time.
Well, I'm sure they will, but I don't think they're going to go back to season 1 animation for.
Yeah, maybe not. But I mean,
Because this is like kind of just like how MAPPA does their show.
yeah, they just get better and better as they go along.
It feels like it, yeah.
But I think I almost have a gut feeling what they're going to do with this is after season 2 or whatever arc this is done, I think they're probably going to put it together as a quick movie.
I don't know. I mean, they do. What are we on? Hidden Inventory episode 4?
Yep. Premature death, hidden inventory.
Yeah. So, I mean, 4 episodes. That's about 2 hours. No, it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, depending on where this goes. I love the fact that we're exploring
Ghetto.
and
Yep.
Gojo's like
Gojo,
dynamic, because it's like they're friends, but they're also like pseudo rivals.
Well, it had so much more to like not ReZero. Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Yeah.
Like just the story and stuff.
Well, like the thing towards the end of Zero, how it's like instead of just executing Geto, like Gojo just like walks up to him and says something to him.
Yeah.
Like now that makes more sense. And I guess it would have made sense if I just buckled down and read through all the manga, but I don't want to spoil the anime.
Right. But no, I like how they did season 1. They kind of explained the world that way.
Yep.
The movie, they came out with the movie next, which kind of explains why I forget.
Zero is a good, just like it was intended as a start, it's a good entry point because you're taking a character that knows nothing about the world and then just thrusting full force into the world.
Well, yeah, but like what I was saying is it's a good way to explain why the characters in season 1 are doing what they're doing, why they're training, why it's important for Yuji to like be the vessel and stuff like that, because like we show what it's like if there's a special grade sorcerer.
Yeah,
that like
everybody wants them.
Yeah, because all of Zero, like the movie itself is played out like an incident report.
Yeah, yep.
Like each time Rika is like unleashed, it's like almost like an apocalyptic thing that could happen.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to explain the severeness of season 1 without like it being so severe in season 1. And like season 2 now is explaining like why all the adults are so depressed.
Yeah. Yep. They're so serious.
Or all serious and stuff. Like it's cool. I like how this show is doing it. It's not like the best anime of all time, but the way they do things, the way animation's going, the way they're adapting it feels very well done, and the story is good enough that it could stand up against a lot of other shonen.
This last episode, season 3, I think it is now. 4. It just, I'd say it slaps you in the face.
Oh yeah, it does.
Like everything's chill, laid back, and then it's just like, no.
We're trying to be spoiler free too, because Weez needs to watch this.
Weez needs to watch.
None of what I'm hearing makes any sense. So
good. Just remember, Toji if a gun.
Okay.
It'll make all a bunch of sense once you get
Toji's
to that
got a gun. Dog is just begun.
Oh god, it's kind of true because it signifies like a turning point in this season, I think.
Yeah.
For what's coming next, because like we know in the future Gojo's not dead,
and we know that Geto's a bad guy. Which, okay, that's the weird thing to me in this whole thing, and I'm curious how it's going to play out. Is all through this so far, Gojo, who in season 1 and in 0 is really laid back, carefree.
Yeah.
Like
there's one time he gets mad and just like beats the crap out of somebody.
Yeah. Well, I think because the guy threatened his students.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's a caring person, and he's just, I won't call him a good guy, but he's the closest to a good guy you get so far in like 0 and season 1. And Geto is like sorcerer supremacist, like he wants to exterminate all the humans because they have no curse ability.
Yeah.
And curses should just run free. But then this, when they're younger, Gojo's like, yeah, only the weak should take care, or only the strong should take care of the strong. Forget about the weak. And Geto's like, no, we've got this gift. We should be out there helping people. And it's like, what is going on to my dude?
He is like laid back and like he's not happy, but he's like
I have a conspiracy theory that somehow Geto and Gojo like swap bodies or something.
Well, and we don't know yet.
We don't know yet, but it's like, is Geto actually Gojo, who's the good guy and has always been the good guy, and Gojo's Geto and is like, exterminate everything?
The author was writing and be like, crap, I forgot I switched their personalities.
But what is Gojo
was the wrong
and
one.
What is Geto?
Yeah.
They're pretty close together. Like,
and then like, let's not forget in season 1, Jogo or whatever it is, the volcano dude.
Oh yeah, Jogo. So wait until Gojo's head pops off as the volcano.
But no, it's like I can't. You know how like in shows you can predict kind of what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm just not sure what's going to cause the turning point. And I'm hoping it's not going to be some lazy, this one minute incident changed my whole life and made me evil.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not a minute incident. Like, spoiler alert for people. including Wheeze.
Yep.
But you'll probably forget about it because you're on like episode 1 of season 1.
Yeah.
Toji just blasted Roku. What's her name? Rika? Roka?
Something
In the
like
head.
that. Yeah.
Like she's just dead.
Yeah.
Unless somebody does like voodoo.
I'm
real-life
assuming
magic.
what's gonna happen in that case, because she has to be taken to what's the sorcerer?
The main sorcerer of the school. And like they have to like
Who's
meld together.
yeah,
For
because
him
like
to live long.
this sorcerer's ability is like he can't control it, and it's basically his thing is just permanent evolution and
Yeah.
progression. So it's like he has to assimilate with someone to basically nerf himself from becoming.
Anyways.
But I'm assuming he's probably gonna just try to assimilate anyways.
I don't know. But I'm not speculating on that. I'm just saying like for this date, it's not a minor incident because she's dead. He was starting to care about her.
Yeah,
Geto was. Gojo looks to be dead. Like
Yeah.
he got full on murdered
By a human.
by Toji, which is a human. He has no curse potential. And now Geto has to fight a human that just murdered 2 people that he started to care about.
He might have murdered the maid too.
Might have murdered the maid as well.
Because
So
I know he was becoming friends with the maid.
yeah, so it's like those 3 people died, and now Geto has to fight a human. Of course, he's gonna maybe hate humans now.
Yeah, it's just kind of not what I was expecting. I thought it was honestly going to be a little bit more straightforward. Of they'd be like, they kind of bond with this girl, make friends with her, and then take her to like the evolution sorcerer and be like, you know what, freak you, we're gonna fight.
They almost did that.
They almost did
and
because
then Toji with a gun came up.
yeah, because Geto was going to go fight him. He's like, get out of here.
That's literally the scene. Is like they're in this underground area. They got away from Toji, which is like this insane bounty hunter guy. And they're like, what? Rika's like making this whole speech. Was like, I want to live longer and see my friends. And Geto's like, then let's do it, and holds out his hand. And that bullet just goes through her skull.
Yeah, because she's like, well, isn't the evolution sorcerer going to be upset? He's like, yeah, we'll fight it out and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
It's like,
And then
it's
Geto
nothing-
just shows up with a Glock. It's just like, what the frick? This anime is crazy.
They need more stuff like that. People
Yeah.
just using normal weapons
Jujutsu-
when it's like, I use wizard
Well,
magic.
even
And then it's just
in-
like, I'm going to use this gun against you and see if
That's
it works.
why in the anime of the 7 Spellblade, I just want to see somebody with a mini AK-47.
Well, like in Jujutsu Kaisen, like they have swords and like stuff like. None of the weapons are insane.
Yeah.
Like they're all either like daggers or actual martial arts weapons. Like who's the girl with the glasses? Season one.
Is it Maki? I think it's Maki.
Yeah, she just carries around either a bow staff or a naginata. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a little flashy, but at the same time, it's like it's not like I carry giant sword.
Yeah.
There's literally a dude in Zero that's like I use my hair as my weapon,
Yeah.
and it's just braided into a knot.
I think in season 1, the wildest weapon is somebody uses a revolver pistol.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Maki's
that's the most
sister.
extreme one.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else is either I use my fists because like curse technique is just easier to do, or I just summon crap at people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool when they're in a setting like that where there's both, that they're not just like, we're wizards, so we fight wizard powers, and we're, soldiers, so we fight guns.
The way they do it so they can pretty much do anything is they're like basically jujutsu sorcerers are essentially kind of almost like a martial arts in themselves, and there's just a bazillion different techniques.
Well, each person
And they're fighting,
develops
like-
their own technique and stuff.
Yeah.
They're fighting like spirits too. It's not
They're,
like they're
they
fighting.
mainly fight spirits, but then they fight other sorcerers. They fight
Yeah.
regular people. Toji is weird because he's got like this divine providence where that gives him extra strength and stuff.
Mm.
which I'm sure we'll figure out what that is.
Yeah, because we never heard of a divine
Pack.
pact before.
I'm assuming what it's going to be is like people that are naturally into curse stuff can see curses. I'm thinking this is like the thing of like basically like a demon comes to you and makes a deal.
Well, it's like, but it's a divine one, so it'd have to be a kami. Because they call everything that's evil a curse.
Yeah.
So in this
But we
one, it
haven't
have to be a
seen
kami.
anything.
We haven't seen kami. We haven't seen. Any
Wait a minute.
kamis.
You know, all right, I don't know if Weez remembers. Do you remember in Zero when Geto had that weird little maggot thing? Like, I don't remember who was on his arm or like round.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, so Toji has that.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what he has like a pact with, because that also is carrying like the sorcerer killer sword.
Maybe. I don't know. So maybe he's like got a pact with it so that way he can kill other sorcerers.
Maybe.
Huh, that'd be interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of debate against this. And I'm sure everybody that's read the anime is just like, no, it's this.
Read the anime?
Yes, read the anime and watched the manga.
Oh, okay. I watch my manga all the time. Like, it's gonna fall off the bookshelf any minute.
Because in your room, the wall could fall down at any moment. But that's about it for seasonal anime.
Yeah.
And we also have, I'd like to just have a kind of honorable mention of some upcoming. I don't know when any of this stuff is coming out, but I'm excited for Uzumaki, which is, and I'm probably butchering that name, but is one of Junji Ito's like most famous works.
A lot of people, they just call it the spiral story, right? Or like the spiral.
Yeah, it's
horror?
also just called the spot. Well, actually, I don't know if it is, because there's a couple spiral stories.
Is there?
Yeah. So
well, this one is specifically the Uzumaki story.
The animation from the trailer looks amazing. It looks like it crawled out of the comic or like the manga and just started moving.
That is so
it does
surreal to watch, like how it's animated, but yeah, it's black and white. So like the way they do the movement and the animation it's weird. It feels like you're watching a comic.
I kind of hope this actually sparks like a kind of new animation style for certain manga, because there's some that have some amazing artwork.
Yeah,
that could. I mean, this shows it could be carried. It's hard to do, but it could be carried over.
Yeah,
like not necessarily black and white. Like you can do it to emulate certain styles, but
but then it just turns into looking like everything else when it turns into an anime.
Well, no, like we're just saying with this season of Jujutsu Kaisen, the flashbacks look like comic books because the shading, it's not like the normal anime solid shading. It's actually like sketch shading, and it looks good. Like it looks good. It doesn't feel weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just when they usually adapt stuff, they just
they just change it to
bland it out.
Now, could you
probably because it's difficult to do, but
could you imagine
really cool.
Berserk being animated like its art style?
Oh, if they animated Berserk like Uzumaki, that would be insane.
I don't even know if they could do that.
That would probably be impossible.
That would be one of those things where it'd be like that style where everything's black and white except for anything red.
I got a feeling somebody would end up dying of a stroke by the end of that. Like, there's 90? No, there's 110 chapters.
There's like 360 chapters.
Oh, there's 3. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was shorter than that.
Yeah.
All right, well, never mind. Yeah, somebody would end up dying.
It's just an animator out there is just cracking their knuckles like, all right, I'm gonna start.
He's been training for years. His knuckles are bigger than his legs. His knuckles, his wrist is like his thigh inside.
Oh my goodness.
He's been training.
He's just got these little tiny legs.
Yeah. Well, he sits all day and draws.
Yeah. Uzumaki does look really good though. And one of the biggest complaints about Junji Ito's his works being adapted is that they never work as well as they do in the manga.
Yeah.
So I feel like they took that to heart and created a Junji Ito story that looks like the manga.
Just in the trailer, the scene with the dad when his eyes start spinning, that creeped me out. I'm just like, oh,
it's really
what
cool.
The heck?
Junji Ito stuff, I'd suggest even if you're not a horror fan, you could watch it because it borderlines like a weird pseudo Lovecraftian abstract horror.
It combines the spiritual horror, which is a lot of Japanese culture, with this weird mental body horror.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Any of his short stories, if it was a monster story or something, it's it's always something you're scratching. You're not necessarily scared, but it's more like, what the heck just happened here?
Yeah,
that. He's a master of causing a WTF moment.
No, that's pretty accurate.
Because it's there's so many stories where it's just I'm not going to explain anything. I don't need to. You figure it out for yourself. Except for Ego, or however you say it. Plague of Fish. That legitimately creeped me out.
Yeah, that's just off the wall.
That's off the wall. And the fact that ending scene is literally the guy being I'm one of the few people immune to this, is this plague circus with like floating corpses comes over the hill shooting some of the like infected stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the heck is this?
Another anime that's coming out. Again, no idea when or how. We do know it's coming out in what? In Adult Swim, the Toonami.
Yeah. Oh, Ninja Kamui.
Yeah, Ninja Kamui.
That looks awesome.
It looks.
I'm
really
also just gonna say, first protagonist with a beard.
that well,
Not first.
not sure if it's accurate, but he does actually look like a grown man.
He looks like
Yeah.
a grown man, and he looks like he stepped out of an action movie.
Animation looks incredible.
It
like,
reminds
the fight
me.
scenes.
I wonder if it's going to be kind of like Punisher.
It could be.
As far as I can tell, he's like a ninja because he's doing some weird ninja like technique stuff, like turning into mist and
Yeah.
things like that. But it seems to be he's getting revenge for his family, as far as I can tell in the trailer.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
But it looks really good. It looks like the same type of animation as like Vinland Saga Season 1. It's like that really defined character
I'm
with
curious.
like solid backgrounds.
Yeah.
Any idea who the studio is doing it?
No idea. I found the video on the YouTube channel Animify,
Okay.
so I don't know if that's a studio or not.
I'm just happy to see it. And I don't know, because I've been out of the loop of cable for years now of hearing about Adult Swim actually hosting anime again.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything that they've been doing
Well,
anime stuff.
I heard, and I don't know, I guess they had some executive changes or policy changes, and they said that they were going to start shifting it more back away from, like, they're not going to get away from the weird, like, Adult Swim surrealistic stuff, but
Yeah.
that was always reserved for, like, super late night.
Yeah.
And then it just, like, in the last decade or so, just became the whole main block. And it used to be, like, especially Friday nights, it would be your normal cartoons, like all their new episodes would come out. You get some stuff like Justice League. I'm talking way back. There's probably any listeners probably are way too young for this.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be like Justice League and all those would have their new episodes, and maybe something like Foster's Home or something like that. And then Toonami would have its lineup. And now Toonami also had like a weekly thing, but like they'd have like new episodes of anime that were coming out, like Dragon Ball and stuff, or like shows that weren't anime but were high action, like Samurai Jack,
Yep.
things like that. And then afterwards was Adult Swim. Toonami was always that like endpoint
Yep.
for kids. Like it's like, okay, kids, teenagers, this is your thing. Now we go into Adult Swim, which was like Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And now Toonami is an Adult Swim thing, which I think is freaking awesome that Toonami's back.
Yeah.
Like, I used to love that show.
Toonami came back quite a while ago,
It's
but
come
they
and
weren't-
gone multiple times.
but they weren't really doing anime. Like they redid Samurai Jack. They did what was it, Primal?
Oh, yep.
They did Primal. They did a couple other ones, which all came out really good. I think it was
Basically,
Venture Bros was another one.
what Toonami does is when action cartoons go away off from Cartoon Network, they go away. And then it comes back when there's like a lot of high action cartoons, because for some reason executives think, oh, no one wants to watch action cartoons anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Cartoons are really weird at this point,
But anyways, Ninja Kamui looks awesome. I seen it in passing online, and that's why I sent Boom a malware written link. Not really. He thought it was malware.
okay.
I sent it through Messenger.
You send it through Messenger. We used to talk on Messenger, but for some reason, all the past messages were deleted.
Mm-hmm.
And you had changed your profile picture and your name.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if it was you or if it was some random person. The last time I clicked on a video from I thought a friend, my Facebook got hacked.
Yeah.
So I have PTSD from that.
I just seen it in like their Reels thing.
Yeah.
Because for some reason Facebook's like, you like anime? Here you go.
I just, for me personally, I don't trust anything that doesn't come from YouTube or from like a Crunchyroll.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like a lot of the stuff I send anymore, I'll see it on the Reels thing just
Yeah.
because it's like the one social media I went back to because everyone left it.
These
Wait,
look,
was it Reels Instagram?
Instagram, Facebook, same thing.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
But
basically
it's
the
like
same.
all the political stuff's gone away for the most part, at least on the stuff I follow. So
I'm still afraid to go back to Facebook because that's where all my church is friends with me. My old church.
No one's friends with me. I'm just sharing.
I've been thinking about just unfriending a bunch of people. Then they'd still be friends with me.
It would literally just be me and probably my family.
I might make a new Facebook account.
But yeah, no, I've just been like find the copy of it on YouTube and send it to you guys.
Yeah.
And then there's one more that we scrounged up from out of the pile.
So same with Ninja Kamui. It looks like this was not made in Japan and then like licensed by Toonami. It looks like this is
MAPPA.
This looks like Toonami approached MAPPA about creating a series.
Yes.
And they did the same.
Kamui is not MAPPA.
And they did the same thing.
This next.
The Lazarus.
Okay, yeah, for both of them. Like for Lazarus, they did that, and for it's E&H production, whatever. But like, from what it looks like, these were initially like the idea was created in America, and then they hired a Japanese studio to make it.
That's possible.
That's what it looks like because
You're
it was
broke, Ramen Cat.
this was first.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
This wasn't announced by like the Japanese like studio and then picked up by Adult Swim.
No.
This was announced by Adult Swim and Toonami.
And it just has MAPPA plastered on.
And they just so I think what they did is they had this idea because the plot of Ninja Kamui is that he's hiding in rural America.
Oh,
So it's like
that's even more cool. We
This
haven't
was-
seen a show like that in a while.
this was designed for American audiences, but hired a Japanese animation.
What's
studio.
how they say things in English in Steins Gate?
Like
It's so cool.
it's so cool.
a son of a bitch.
That's what they.
That went a little bit more Italian. I
That-
didn't mean that.
That's what the like owners of the animation studio said.
Oh,
when they
that's
were approached.
cool.
Yeah, so it looks like for both of these, Toonami is actually trying to get them like is the one that got this rolling.
That's even better to hear that Toonami and Adult
is that-
Swim are like, we're gonna make series.
We're gonna start getting,
And we're gonna hire. Yeah, that's what it looks like from what I can read.
Yeah,
Still, let's hope.
but the last one,
Lazarus is the same thing where Adult Sim Toonami is
Yeah.
like doing it. This is from the creator of Cowboy Bebop. The it's got a weird plot. There's like this miracle drug that's created, and then they find out that in like 6 years from when everyone takes the miracle drug, they will die.
oh,
So it looks like it's gonna kill like everybody
because everybody took the miracle drug because it probably like cures
because
every
it cures
disease
just
or
like
something.
everything.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
so it looks like they're trying to. There's like this special task force to save humanity, and the group is called Lazarus. Can they find Skinner and develop a vaccine before time runs out? So the guy that created the thing that the cure-all drug apparently is in hiding.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know what's really funny about all this? So Lazarus is from the guy that made Cowboy Bebop, right?
Yes,
Okay, you know the voice actor for Spike
in English.
in English?
Yes.
He is also the voice of Tom, the robot that is the host of Toonami.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
is. Yeah,
He's also the voice of Zeb in Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
he's also the voice of, I believe,
Oh.
Does a lot.
Vash.
He's not the voice
No,
of
he's
Vash.
not the voice of Vash.
He is
Actually,
He's
in-
not.
No, Vash is.
I thought he was.
No.
actually, I was started
Vash is
watching
somebody else.
the old Trigun again. Is Vash's voice Yuji's voice actor from Jujutsu Kaisen?
I don't know.
They sound a lot alike.
I don't know. Look in the post credits.
Vash is what's his name?
Something Vinny something.
Can't remember.
Not Vinny.
Johnny Young Bosch is his name.
Johnny.
Yong Bosch.
Wikipedia. This is our research period, apparently, guys. So hold on for a second. He plays in Trigun, Bleach. He plays in Code Geass, Persona 4. Career.
Is it the same voice actor for both Trigons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
For all the Trigons.
Yeah.
It's been
All
him.
the Trigons.
There's
All
three.
the Trigons.
There's the movie. There's the.
Oh, I consider the movie part of the original.
Well, yeah, he's back for the second one too.
He probably regrets every second of it.
Maybe. I don't think he's Yuji's voice.
Oh, because they sound a lot alike.
Like the classic anime character.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
But the other thing that's interesting about Lazarus, which is directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, who directed Cowboy Bebop, is that the person designing the action sequences is Chad Stahelski, who is notable for directing the John Wick film franchise.
Wait, can you say that again? I was reading something.
Chad Stahelski
Yeah.
is working on the
on
Lazarus as the designing the fights.
Oh my god.
He directed John Wick.
Again,
Oh
He
Mappa,
directed all of John
Mappa
Wick.
needs to slow down.
I don't know who's gonna kill them. I don't know who's gonna die first. People animating it, or the people choreographing the fight.
John Lancina spinning this way. This is his 900th time, sir. I don't care. Draw.
Holy crap!
So,
this is
yeah.
gonna be amazing.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like
Dang.
going back to our rant where we're complaining about American animation. Like obviously this was animated by a Japanese.
Yeah.
So like, the animation, but mainly we were ranting back then about like the story.
Mm-hmm.
Toonami doing this kind of gives me hope that like there's like artists and like story writers in America that want to make not safe for work
Well,
like stories.
here's
again,
the thing.
which is great.
Yeah, interesting, just fun action
This-
stuff.
Not
was-
like stories that are like you have to hit every plot point. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing. That was the whole point of Adult Swim was that's why everything was so abstract and weird because it was literally draft concepts and just flagship episodes for shows that were just too weird or off
Yeah.
the wall for primetime television. And if they liked it, they got a spot on
Right.
there. So it's like this is perfect for people that are like, hey, I want a good action show. And I got an idea. Here's my script.
Yeah.
Make it.
But no, that's super cool. So that makes me really excited for Lazarus.
Sounds pretty epic.
But yeah, besides for that, we talked about anime. We talked about
I think we wrangled in a good bag of shrimp this episode.
a really big bag of shrimp.
All the prawns.
Wait. Shrimp aren't prawn?
But prawn are shrimp.
No, they're not.
Prawn are a type of shrimp.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to. Fine. We wrangled in a good bag of lobster.
Are they prawn as well?
No, they are
Okay,
sea
thank God.
bugs.
What if they were prawn lobster?
That'd be horrifying.
A pork
What if you just
lobster?
get like a whole
That's a different thing.
bag?
Oh,
Just take this rabbit hole further. What if you just like wrangled in like 300 pounds of pistol shrimp? Like how terrifying would that be? Pistol shrimp shatter aquariums.
oh, okay. I was like, I just pictured like a whole bag of like Glock 9s or something. I'm just like, that'd be kind of cool.
no, it's
Unless they all went off
it's a bunch of
accidentally.
shrimp that can go subsonic. So
They can
Pistol
do
shrimp?
what?
they shoot subsonic
What do they
Burst.
shoot?
of air through the water.
Oh, that's not too bad. They're
Like-
gonna be out of the water.
Yeah, but still.
Like if they shot water subsonically, that'd be terrifying.
Well, don't give them ideas. No one catches them.
There's a good reason for that, I think. Probably. More than
Pistol
likely.
shrimp sounds like a lame superhero that's just a lobster with a gun tied to its
No,
claw.
pistol shrimps are insane.
No, but what's his name? I heard Toji. Toji dresses up as a pistol shrimp for Halloween.
I think that's enough.
I'm done now.
Anyways, I think we got a good haul. A lot of things to be excited for. I can't wait to watch some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Watch Vending Machine Isekai.
I ain't
Great.
watching Vending Machine.
Okay,
It's great.
Can you at least watch the first episode,
No,
please?
I'm not even remotely interested in it.
Please.
No,
Just one episode.
I want to watch Zom 100.
I will give you. Okay, I want you to watch Zom 100 as well. We all want to watch it.
Yeah.
But please watch the first episode of Vending Machine Isekai. I will give you an ice cream sundae.
Are you just trying to justify watching it?
No. I just think it'd be good content if you watch
If
it.
we all watched it, we can all talk about it.
Yeah, just the first episode.
Find
It's
me something
23
else cringy to watch.
That's like the cringiest thing. Okay, then
It's-
you have to watch.
But
Go
it's
Bang.
actually good.
Watch what?
Go Bang.
Go.
Bang
That's
Dream?
boring.
Well, you
Vending
asked
Machine
for
is
it.
actually like entertaining. It's not bad.
Or you have to watch My Tiny Senpai.
You could watch My Tiny Senpai.
I could use the office propaganda against the office workers. Let's go.
They'd probably arrest you for lolly
Probably.
hentai or something.
Wait, am I the lolly in that case?
Yeah.
No, you're just showing the lolly.
Oh, I said I would learn.
No
and use
offense
it
to our
against
office
them.
people, but if they saw an anime, if they saw My Tiny Senpai anime, and they thought we were related to it, they'd probably arrest us.
Yeah,
They
until,
call the
until
cops.
you hear some of the cubicles go.
Oh God! All right, we're beyond the point of good quality content. So let's just
We've
You
been
can edit
beyond
out
that
this
point
junk.
for a while.
Oof.
we
Wow,
still
we-
the truth.
We were beyond that point when we started the episode.
Wow! Why are you even here then?
That's all for this episode of Baka-Talk. I'm Weez.
I'm Boom,
I'm me.
and we'll see you all later.
Jam meow.
Bye.
Yeah.